Say that again, Joshna. I'm going to start recording now.
Okay.
What did you say just now? I didn't get that.
I just said every time I'm on a call with you, I have a notebook ready. Here's evidence.
Oh, right.
And I try and write as much as I can write down.
So this is my dear friend, Joshna. Not only a dear friend, business associate, and now, taking part in the investment program as well. Good to have you here, Joshna.
Yes, it's good to be with you, Henry.
Known each other a long time, haven't we?
We have. Oh my gosh, I was trying to calculate since 2006, possibly 2007. That's a long time.
Quite a long time.
It's 15 years, 16 years now.
Yeah. So, as you've been following what I've been doing, I've been, okay, I should mention my name. For those who are new, my name's Henry Smith from IamWealthyandRich.com. And this is one of my business associates, shall we say, and dear friend, Joshna. And what I've been doing on a daily basis is updating the figures for an investment portfolio that I'm growing, a cryptocurrency investment portfolio, which was started in the summer last year, in May, June 2020. But so I've been updating it, and Josh has been following those updates very keenly. And we have chats from time to time, and I thought we might as well just have a live chat while I update the figures today, and also talk about a few things regarding an investor's journey. New investors have to come into the space. They go through a few things, and they have to adjust and make adjustments. Before I do that, I just want to do the disclaimer that I'm not a financial advisor, I'm not a financial planner, I'm not a CPA or an accountant. I understand that all investments have risks, so do your due diligence and consult a financial advisor if you need to. Understand that all investments carry risk, and don't invest more than you can afford to lose. And with that said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just share my screen quickly and update today's figures, and then we'll continue with our chat, Joshna.
Perfect. Yeah.
Share my. Let's just find my screen first. Where's the screen? So yeah, here we go. Sharing that. Where's the share button? There it is. So this is the spreadsheet I've been updating. Only this year, really. I started investment last year. Didn't really intend to update to document it, but this year, February, I thought it would be a good idea to start documenting it. From the 22nd of February, I started actually video documenting it. And at that time, it had reached, from humble beginnings, 106,000. And then I, would add the figures on a day-to-day basis based on whether it gone up or down. When it's gone up, it's in green. When it went down, it was in red. And that's what investments and markets do. They go up and down, up and down, up and down. And I'm documenting this regardless, whether it goes up or down. It's just saying exactly how a portfolio grows, because it doesn't really grow in a straight line. At the end of the first month, it reached 37,860. Above the 106,000. And at the end of the second month, it reached 126,381, above the 106, above February's figures. And we go into April. And April's been a bit of a rocky, shall we say, sideways kind of motion, where it's been going up, down, up, down, up, down. But we understand. I understand how markets grow, because that's how markets grow. Markets grow. They don't grow in a straight line, or they don't necessarily also grow when you want them to grow. They grow sideways. They stagnate for a short while they're getting ready to move to the next level. So what I'm doing now is going to bring in the figures from what I call my investment summary on the left-hand side. This investment summary here consists of what this cryptocurrency investment consists of, which is one Bitcoin and an assortment of altcoins. And this is the overall figure in US dollars. And on the right-hand side, this is the equivalent in UK pounds, or Great GBP, Great British Pounds. I'm going to take this figure here. This is updated every 10 minutes. Comes in through a live feed here, into a portfolio and does a modification, puts the end figure here. So I get this live feed from CoinMarketCap. So what I'm going to do now is just get this figure here, which is 221,361.85. So the time right now is 2:56, and I've forgotten the figures already. 221,361.85. 221,361.85, I believe. Was that right? 221,365. Yep, I think that's correct. So that is an increase from yesterday. So I'm going to color that green. And the overall amount is 276,844.83. 276,844. 276,844. 276,844. What was the last one? 83. 83. And that is a 12,000 increase on yesterday. So obviously we've had, increase, decrease, increase, decrease. Quite interesting what we've had over the last few days, about a week or so. And that's okay. The market is a growing market, and it's on the way upwards. You don't get, like I said, you don't get a straight line up. You get places where it stays in a certain place where it's gathering energy to move to the next level. A lot of people don't understand that. Let's just end this screenshot. So that's the figures ended for today. And well, we've got a few minutes left. I always say there's two sides to this business. The first side is the personal development mindset training, developing that wealth and prosperity mindset. And the second part is the investment strategy. And both of them are important, but one of them I believe is more important than the other, even though people don't think it is. It's really the wealth and prosperity mindset, because that's the foundation on which your investment strategy will sit on. Because there are a lot of different investors, and all of them behave differently. Even though they're in the same markets, they all seem to make different amounts of money. If it was the same for everybody, everybody would make the same amount of money, and they don't.
No.
Okay, there are successful investors in the stock market, and there are unsuccessful investors in the stock market. There are successful investors in the Forex market. There are unsuccessful investors in the Forex market. There are successful investors in the cryptocurrency market. There are unsuccessful investors in the cryptocurrency market. And the same with real estate. You see what I mean? What's the difference? It's not the markets. What's the difference is their personality, their attitude, their psychological makeup, their wealth and prosperity mindset level, or lack of it. That's the difference. The markets are the same for both of them. You see what I mean? And it's not just, the money. No, you can give both of people £1 million each. And at the end of the year, see who's turned it one into 10 million, and what the other one maybe has lost 90%. They're just holding on to 100,000. So it's not the markets, it's the person. That's why I think it's so important to work on the person.
Yeah.
So you get what I'm saying, Joshna?
I agree totally. Yeah.
And obviously you've started to invest, and which is great. And, it's a journey, isn't it? It takes
It's a journey.
It's a mindset journey. Obviously, you're investing in yourself in the mindset way as well, correct?
Yes, I am.
Okay, brilliant. And how's that gone for you? How's the mindset training gone for you?
It's going good. I think that's what helps. The mindset helps to keep track of what happens in the investment side of it. because as you say, like right now, the investments are going up and down, and we can easily lose sight of it and get carried away with our emotions when it goes down, because we feel, oh my God, it's gone down. We start to panic. But when we have the right mindset in place, that we don't feel that emotional burden of, oh, you don't feel so sick to the stomach. You know why you're doing it and what the strategy is. So you have the wherewithal to handle the changes, basically. So yeah, I think, mindset is really, really important, and to be able to do it every single day.
Excellent. Okay, that's well said. And obviously, new people coming into this, I mean, what kind of psychological challenge do you think new people face when they're coming into investing?
I think the biggest one I find is accepting the risk levels.
Right.
Especially the kind of strategies that we're talking about here, particularly in the cryptocurrency investment strategy, right? So in that one, if the understanding is not there, and when it comes with some risk, so if there's no understanding, the risk is quite hard to tolerate. So I think in that way, this risk level. So if you grow your mindset and understand, then the risk that comes, you don't get so affected by it. And it's important because, I don't know, you have to grow your mind in order to be able to accept the changes that are coming. And I think those two things are big.
Right. Okay. Excellent. And I totally agree. Some people come from different starting positions. So some people are coming from a very safe environment, very predictable environment, and then to be thrown into the deep end of the rough waters of the investment world, especially
Yeah,
one that has very high waves, shall we say, otherwise known as
yeah,
volatility, it can be quite a
yeah,
shock to the system.
I agree.
And but the thing is, those who are very successful in certain fields, maybe they've developed, they've grown a business up to the multi-million, even £1 billion or $1 billion level.
Yeah,
On the outside, they may look just like ordinary ladies and gentlemen, but on the inside, they've got a heart of a lion, because, they've gone through the ups and downs of
yeah,
building a business. And believe me,
yeah,
the higher you aim and the higher you've achieved, the more of the ups and downs you would have gone through to get there, as opposed to
yeah,
somebody who had achieved, shall we say, a moderate level of success.
yeah,
Do you agree?
yeah. I agree. I
And
do.
you can't always tell that from the outside, can you?
You can't tell
Can't
that
tell
from
what
the
they've been
outside.
through from the outside,
No, you can't, exactly.
even though
Unless
if you
you,
sit next to
unless
them and
you,
have dinner with them,
yeah, or unless you walk the path that they've
unless you
walked.
walk the path there.
Yeah, but it's still, the experience will be different, because you're a different person to the person who's already walked. But yeah, to be able to experience those obstacles or hurdles that they've faced, you can only face it if you actually walk the same path as them. But it's true, you can't see it from the outside. You actually have to get to know the person and see when they share their story, right?
And let's say, some ways in which people can maybe initiate the changes you've recommended to some people, not mentioning the names, to perhaps read certain things. And is that
Yeah,
so?
yeah, that's true,
What kind of
because
recommendations have you recommended to people to get their feet wet in making that change?
yeah, because it's all about the values, right? Of when it comes to investments, because we majority of the population are employees, right? So they have a different value sets, and they think differently. They think of safe and not taking too many risks. And then you come into the investment world, which is almost like running your own business. So you have got to take some risks at some point, right? So they also have different characteristics and values that they believe in. But to be able to change from one like employee to thinking about investments or business, you have to change like the type of beliefs you have, the values you have, right? And you can only do that if you're exposed to right information, right people. So like, reading books or listening to audiobooks is a really, really great way.
Have
I've
you
learned
seen
from my
that
personal,
that has
I've
made
seen that in
changes?
action. Yeah, I've seen
Seen
that
it in
in
action.
action, right? Yeah, because I love reading, and my husband is not much of a reader, but he likes to listen to audiobooks. So then, you know, to get him in the same mindset as I am, I've recommended certain audiobooks that he listens to, so we can be in an alignment with our investment strategies. So audiobooks really work. Listening to, you know, like affirmations, just being exposed to the right information. So doing it consistently every day, because it's not going to happen overnight. You have to be participating in it every single day, because the changes do happen, but they can't just happen overnight, you know. So yeah, so those tools really work, listening to audiobooks. And
Okay, brilliant. So you'd recommend that for other people?
I would, yeah, yeah,
And
definitely. I mean, because it's all about changing the mind and the thinking, right? So if you read books that are like in that subject line, that's the only way you're going to be able to do it. Like the books I've recommended is like, you know, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I mean, that really helps you change your focus from like an employee mindset, and he gives you lots of principles that are not true and that are true. So that, like Millionaire Mindset by T. Harv Eker, that's a really good one. It really shifts your mind from thinking of poor mentality to thinking of like a millionaire mindset, right? And they're just values that you believe in. It's not a person, it's the type of things that you think about, the thoughts that you have. And there are many, many books out there. And if you don't like reading, then plenty of audiobooks out there.
absolutely. And I prefer audiobooks to read personally myself.
Yeah,
And I can't go through a lot more audiobooks than I can read them. But
yeah.
and you can also, you know, listen to audios while you're doing other things, which is a great
That's a really big
you
benefit. That's
can kill birds with one stone.
yes, definitely.
But
Yeah.
I put together a training in our site, the
I
IamWealthyandRich.com,
am, well, yeah.
which you've seen, correct?
I've seen it. Yeah, it's
And
some really
you can,
fabulous information on
yeah,
there.
I mean, it's
And
actually, I would say it's basic, but it's effective. You
basic
know,
and
so
effective.
I've taken free resources and I've put my own spin on how I've used them, and they've actually worked for me. And you've been using them for some time now.
I have, yeah.
Have you felt a difference?
I have felt a difference because I feel like things are coming to me, like they're being attracted to me because my level of thinking is changing. So I'm seeing new things in new ways. Um, and yeah, it's just exposing me to new ideas that maybe in the past I might not have accepted, but now I'm open to accepting them because I'm working on like the wealth and prosperity mindset, right? Which I would have ignored previously, but because that's in my thinking, it's helping a lot.
Excellent.
And it's
And
simple as well. It's simple, right? It's just turning it
yeah,
on
because
and listening.
there's so many different techniques out there, and some of them can be very complex to do and very
Yeah.
difficult to get into. But I wanted to make this something that anybody can do, and the key
Mm,
word is simplicity. You hit
mm,
the nail on the head. You know, we were talking before we jumped on this call about. I was saying something about, you know, why it's important to get into this training. It's not the same thing. You know, some people think that yes, you can move along gradually and maybe
mm,
with some people who are influential, but that doesn't make you the same person as them just because you
mm,
had a drink with them or had dinner with them.
mm,
You know, because what they have gone through, they've gone through, shall we say, the school of hard knocks. They've developed that mindset training one way or the
mm,
other. It could have been
mm.
with great difficulty, or it could be with actual training. But
Yeah,
nevertheless, they've had to develop it, and that's why they are who they are. And
yeah.
you know, people need to understand that in order to become that person, you know, like I was using an analogy, you know, if you go and watch, if you love football,
Mm.
bunch of Americans, you know, soccer, if you love that, and you go to every football or soccer match, and you watch every game, and you even go and celebrate with the football players, the soccer players in the dressing room afterwards, it doesn't make you a footballer or a
No.
soccer player. You actually have to do the training they do to become
Mm.
a soccer player. You
That's
see what I
it.
mean? No matter how many
Yeah.
drinks you have with them, how many meetings we'll have with them, and so they go through rigorous training. It's not just the
Mm.
glory you see on the pitch on the night. That is not what they do. They've done a lot of training going up to that. Do you see
Yeah.
what I mean? Leading up to that point.
Yeah.
waking up, sacrificing, waking up very early, just dedicating, practice, 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 a lot of rigorous training, eating right, and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
You see the lovely, glorious game that you see on a
Mm.
Saturday afternoon. So in the same way, the entrepreneur has gone through a lot of internal training and development.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? Which people on the outside don't see. You see what I
No.
mean? And
Yeah.
what we're trying to do is get people to engage in that kind of training,
That's right.
on the mental training, so that
Mm.
they can play the game smoothly.
Mm.
Do you see what I mean? Because it won't
Mm.
just come by wishing. It won't just come by just thinking you are. Okay, you
Yeah.
actually have to be that. But you're either that person or you're not,
You're not,
and
exactly.
then
Yeah.
it will start to show.
Mm.
But if you're not, because it's like there's no room for deceit, or shall we say, or faking it. You either are
No.
or you're not. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
And over
Yeah.
time, it will actually show whether you've actually changed into that person or not.
Yeah.
So it's very important. And one thing I just mentioned before I go, this what I found, I haven't said this before, and we haven't maybe have a chat about this before. I
Yeah.
found that the crypto world is very, very, very similar to the network marketing world.
Mm.
Okay, I've been in the network marketing world a while, as you know, and the network marketing world is a very different world from the traditional business world. In the traditional business world,
Mm.
you borrow some money, you start a business, you have a conventional kind of business, you have a more predictable kind of income, and you get by. In the network marketing world, it's really, really strange. You start a business with very little money.
Mm.
You sometimes it doesn't take off for 6 months. You can't get your first
Yeah.
customer for 6 months, and if that happened in a normal business, you'll be closed down. You know,
Yeah.
you build a business up with 100, 200, 300, 500 people, and sometimes you can get a point where it collapses by 50%. You can
Yeah.
lose 100 people, 200 people in your team who decide not
Yeah.
to renew in the new year, and it will drive people crazy.
Yeah.
And there's some people who build it to the multi-millions, and people who just, like I said, build it and they get stagnant and so on. And what I'm trying to say is that these wild swings in the building the network marketing thing it's not
Yeah.
something most people take. Like you start a dry cleaners on the shop, you don't get those kind of swings
No, you
in
don't.
income. If you didn't, you just doesn't. You didn't have a customer
It's
for
like
6 months.
predictable and steady,
So
isn't it?
and it's so different. And so the crypto world is a bit wild like that compared to, shall we
Mm.
say, traditional stock market, or
Yeah.
traditional S&P or FTSE 500, where
Yeah.
it's more stable, but they get very
Mm.
more returns
Yeah.
compared to the massive swings you get in the crypto.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? But you get
Yeah.
massive gains. So you have to understand it's like a different arena, a different terrain.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yes.
And it rewards that way, but you just have to hold on.
Yeah.
If it goes down, understand that it's
Yeah.
going to go back up. So you have to be
Right.
patient. If it goes
Yeah.
down, you don't just jump out or run out, otherwise you cash out too early and you'll basically cash out a lot.
Yeah.
But I find a lot of similarities in the way. I probably haven't gone into it as much depth today because we don't have much time. But
Yeah.
it's
Because you mentioned it in one of your, I think, videos, 2 days ago. So if
yeah, I
anybody
did.
wants to go and watch it, because I really like that, because I myself I is involved in like a network marketing, so I can see the over the years I've been involved, so I can see the difference, right? So but what you shared in the video 2 videos ago, it's very powerful, like relating it to the cryptocurrency world.
It's just wild swings, and not
Mm.
also because we're very early in the industry. So it's still a young industry.
Yeah, still, yeah.
Once it gets to 20 years and 30 years, it will settle down. But it's still a
Yeah.
very young industry. It's like an adolescent at the moment,
Yeah,
you
well,
know. And but it packs quite a punch, in terms
yes.
of kind of the returns you could make. You don't want to get it to a point where you're making only 1% per year. That's we don't want it to get to that level.
No, we
Okay.
don't. Yeah,
By that
right,
time, all the
exactly.
opportunity would be gone, and those who got in early will be reaping the rewards of being,
That's
very
it.
well. But anyway, what we're going to do is bring this to an end. Before we do,
Huh.
let's remind everyone, like I said, please like this video, share it, subscribe, hit the notification if you're new. And
Mm.
also to visit the IamWealthyandRich.com website and download a free training put together, helped you get on the way and changing that mindset. And also there's some basic investment strategies, financial management strategies in the form of audio presentation that you can watch to get you in the right path. And if you want to get more sophisticated and get into the altcoins and other strategies, we can jump on a webinar and get you on that as well. Okay, but I want to thank my dear friend Joshna
Thanks,
joining me
Henry, for
today.
having me.
And
Thank you
my
so much for
update,
having me.
you're very welcome. And we'll speak to each other soon. And
Soon, yes.
thank you very much for watching. Have a great day, everybody. Bye for now.
Bye. Bye.